Hey, it's me, Charlene, with another daily quickie. Let me fix that earring. They keep not behaving themselves. So I'm here on my girlfriend's balcony and I'm overlooking the city, and it's beautiful here in Kingston, Jamaica. So I'm going to talk to you today about choosing your battles. Have you ever had an argument and wish you could retract some of what you've said? Well, I've been there. But you know something? I'm getting to a stage in my life where I don't I don't argue unnecessarily anymore because some of the arguments were unnecessary. The thing is, as humans, we tend to, when someone says something that's upsetting to us, we tend to want to respond. And I think mainly because we feel sometimes personally attacked. Now, for me, I'm learning how to choose my battles. And that's what this is about today, choosing your battles. Is it worth it? First of all, I know sometimes we get irrational, and it takes a little while for us to sit back and reflect on the argument to decide whether it was worth it or not. However, at the stage I'm at right now, which is just wanting peace and live in a state of nirvana, I mean, if I can achieve that, I hope to. I choose my battles. I don't get into unnecessary argument. First of all, I really don't like drama and I don't entertain drama. And some people are really about drama. If someone says something to me that may be upsetting, giving you another angle from the balcony, I it's so natural to have a retort. Now, sometimes you kind of feel so embarrassed when you look back on maybe how you reacted to that argument. I mean, we understand that conflict is part of life and conflict can bring about change, and sometimes conflict is good because it helps you to learn a little bit more about yourself, how you react to situations. I'm really thinking now that, I mean, I'm willing to count to 10, 20, 30 if I have to before I react. I'm not fully there yet, don't get me wrong. I'm working on it. I'm always going to be a work in progress. But choose your battles. Look at the things that people say. Are they true? Is there any truth to them? Are they worth reacting to? Can you change their perception of you? Because a lot of times when people say things that create arguments, it's based on their own perception of you. Is there any truth to it? I mean, does it change your life in any significant way? Well, for me, as long as it doesn't have any truth, or it doesn't, for me, it doesn't change who I am, I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. And I'm learning to let go of a lot of things. Arguments, unnecessary arguments, will be one of them. At this age and stage, Charlene is about just mellowing, going through life. I don't want to be a miserable old lady because I will not be owning any cats as I get older. I want to be that person evolving to this person that's peaceful, that people can approach, and I can live with myself, because that's important, being able to live with myself. So choose your battles. Decide on what's important. If there's nothing to gain from an argument, let it go. Let it go. Count. Count. There's one thing I normally do when someone says something, especially if the person is significant in my life, because I really don't take on the opinions of others that I'm not involved with. But let's say a significant person in my life says something that's upsetting to me. I try to calm down, because you want to, instead of reacting, I try to stay calm, think about how I can solve the situation, choose if it's worth responding to, and if it's something that I need to react to, I try to sit down and have a rational conversation, be a little more reasonable, as opposed to just flying off the handle and getting all hot headed and getting upset and elevate my blood pressure and, upset me, which sometimes in turn upsets the other person. So now I just think, before I talk, think before I react, and try and make the situation where both parties at the end of it can learn something. So, like me, maybe you've decided to choose your battles. Maybe you've already gotten there. Maybe you're not there yet. But I don't like to give advice and I don't like to preach because I don't ever want to come across as being preachy. However, I think if we sometimes choose our battles, choose the things to argue about, fight about, react to, we can live in a space of peace. And I'm going to leave you with my usual peace and love. And I'm going to continue to encourage you to stay safe. COVID is still around, so let's take care of ourselves. Talk to you soon.